Episode 27, a soap fail turned soap success. Join me in this collaboration attempt. So here I am, making the soap, getting everything ready, time-lapsing because of course it's very boring, this part, for those of you who know how to make soap. This is kind of like the really boring stuff. So this collaboration, people involved had to include pumpkin and orange, and so I decided to add baby food puree pumpkin later on. You'll see that. And then I also ground up some pumpkin seeds. I had it all planned out, and the fragrance that I used seized in the pot right away. I was able to continue mixing it, but it had a false trace, so you'll see the results here in a little bit. So adding pumpkin seeds to the mix. This is going to be my foundation. It's supposed to be white with green pumpkin seeds. Turned out pretty good, that layer. It's the following layers that you will see just did not like me. At this point, the soap had already started to set up because of the fragrance. It had clove in it. Those of you that make soap and have been making it for a while, you know that clove is kind of temperamental. So you'll see also later when I'm pouring it. Anybody that's new at making soap, anytime your soap has a grainy texture, it's probably a false trace. Here my son is adding some cinnamon. We thought a cinnamon line would look nice. That did not turn out either, so I don't know if it's because of the false trace or if it's because cinnamon tends to get hot. Something happened and it caused it to have this weird separation thing. You'll see that later too. I apologize for the shaky scenes. This is not my usual space for making soap, so it should be smoother in the future when I get my real table finished. But I am really such a messy soap maker. Is anybody else messy? Feel free to leave a comment down below if you are. I used to be a screen printer too, and I was always getting ink everywhere. Anyway, here I am, just doing some little texturizing on top. My son had the great idea to put the orange. Kind of ended up looking like carrots. I put the seeds at the top there to give it a little green. And this was supposed to go in and bake at 170 degrees for 1 hour to create the gel. I really like gelled soap. I'm not big on pastels. I like vibrant colors. But here's the final product right here. As you can see, the fragrance was coming out and the orange layer was separating from the white layer. And I noticed that only happened where we put the cinnamon, so I think that the cinnamon must have burned through. It almost looks like it was burned. It's kind of weird. Anyway, this absolutely is not acceptable. And so I was, even though it tested fine for lye, it was in the safety zone, I knew that I could use it, so I decided to go ahead and apply it to another batch and see if I could salvage some of the bits of it and make that work. So here we go. Here's the second part and how I salvaged the first part. Notice how smooth the trace is. That's exactly what I was looking for. This one turned out exactly how I wanted. I used pumpkin spice fragrance from Brambleberry. It also has clove in it, but as you can see, the trace remains relatively smooth. This fragrance oil will turn brown, so I didn't add any titanium dioxide to the bottom layer so the white chunks would show up better. And then I added a little titanium dioxide to the remaining batch for both the middle layer and the top layer. Then I went ahead and added my orange curls, and then the very top layer I added some green mica just to give it a little bit of another color to set off. Now it might end up looking a little bit brown as it ages. I don't think it will ever turn dark brown because of the white that I added, but there will be a slight green layer you'll see in the end. Better, right? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. And I love when people share, so please share the love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.